Hello and welcome to the Cinema1one podcast. My name is Mark Woodridge and today we are recording this on a brand new set, a brand new area, and I don't know what's going on here, but we have Christian Rudd back on the podcast.
Hello.
And the one, the only, Jack Connell.
Hello, everyone.
So, Jack, I'm going to get to you first. Okay. What do you do exactly? You're a filmmaker?
Well, right now, yes, I'm a filmmaker. And like most people our age, I am studying at university. But I am most definitely a filmmaker, yeah.
Okay. So, you're studying, aren't you?
Yeah, film and video and advertising.
Okay.
Branch out.
No, it's cool. If anyone's wondering as well, finally back with a proper podcast, and I'm recording this on the brand new pod mics. Christian and I have the microphones. Jack is recording on his own Rode NT1 condenser mic, and I have the brand new Rodecaster. So now the whole podcast could be portable, and this is going to be so much fun. Look, I'm going to get straight into it. You guys made a film called Powerless.
We did.
We definitely did.
And just to get it started, this film is... First of all, what is it about?
Ooh, you want to take this one?
Yeah, no, you take it.
Okay, so Powerless is a 29-minute short film that follows Ryan and Alice, two brothers set in like a distant post-apocalyptic future, and it deals with the struggle when Ryan discovers that Alice has been shot when they escape a prison camp, and the whole film kind of follows their journey and how he copes with the sort of revelation that she's been shot, and along the way it's like, who do they trust and how far will one person go to save their family or their sister, and it sort of explores that theme and ends with hopefully an ambiguous ending, to say the least.
We indeed do, yes.
Yeah, I'm just give everyone context as well. Christian is only 18 and...
I'm 19.
19, and you're also 19,
also
turning
19.
turning 20 tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
They made this film, which is fucking incredible. And all I can say is just well done, guys. And you also won an award?
Yeah,
I think.
thank you. We did. You take this one, man.
No, because I don't actually know that award name.
Oh, okay. So we won the best young male filmmaker at the LA Short Fest.
Indie Short Fest.
Indie Short
Indie
Fest.
Short Fest,
yeah.
Over in LA, which is a bi-monthly festival. We entered a few, and this was one of the ones that we won. So it was very nice.
Pretty awesome news when I first opened the email.
Yeah.
You showed me that. I remember the day you showed me that email in editing. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like this
so
guy's, I think you were 18 at the time. I was like, this guy's made a film like this. I told my parents and I was like, I'm friends with this guy. What the fuck? And it's incredible. And what we've got here is actually props from the film as well. We've got the mask, the revolver, and we had the gun here. I think we removed it because it just didn't work for the set.
We just had like a gun sitting on the set.
Yeah.
It's like, casually.
But what we're going to do, these two have made the film. You both wrote and directed?
Yeah, co-wrote it, co-directed it.
Co-wrote, co-directed it. Chris, you did DOP.
Yeah, cinematography.
And you acted.
I starred in it, yeah.
You starred in it as the main actor. What was his name?
Ryan.
And I don't know the names because I actually haven't seen the film yet. And right now I'm going to check out the trailer. And because of the brand new Rode Podcaster, the Rodecaster Pro, I am able to look at the trailer and have the audio. Christian should be, hopefully, or me or Christian will be editing this podcast. And this is also going up on film. Guys, check out the Cinema1one podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcast and everywhere, whatever you prefer.
I'll be listening.
Oh, thank you, Jack.
I'll be listening because it's great.
Yeah, and watching because this podcast is being filmed right now and will be up on the Cinema1one channel on YouTube. Go check that out, guys. And right now, I'm going to check out the trailer for Powerless.
Before the Federation, Mum told me to never leave Alice. I would never let her go.
Great makeup.
Breathe for me, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Why won't you tell me what happened?
Alice, I've already told you. I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
The longer we wait, the more vulnerable we become.
She needs rest.
Well. What do we have here?
Yeah, full cast and everything.
Stragglers?
We start with you. Prisoner K112. Crimes against the Federation.
I promise you, you'll save your sister.
We just need to get to that supply drop.
Chris, you did the VFX work as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's been raided before we get there. This is your only option.
I'm not gonna shoot my sister.
Do you know how many people have a bullet wound, Ryan? 0. How's that for family?
That's sick. That's so cool. And the cast as well. Who was the cast as well? With that?
Well, we had quite a large and extensive cast. So there was 4 main actors, and they were all sort of actors that we knew from high school and going through high school. Somebody graduated. Oh, they'd all graduated.
Yeah.
By that time.
Yeah,
and
that's-
so we
yeah,
kind
true.
of rallied them in, but. Powerless's first, I guess, public screening will be shown in December. I think it's the 3rd or 4th at the Hot House Company Film
And he shot this
Festival.
like over a year ago as well.
Yeah,
It was
This-
two,
yeah.
2 Saturdays ago, so not this week. When it was a couple weeks ago, like to the date that we finished it a year ago.
Wow. So like, just to give everyone context as well, you can make a film. What, you shot it over 13 days or something, 12 or 13 days.
13 shoot days.
13 shoot days, and then edited it. And now over a year, we still haven't technically screened it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And that gives everyone context of how long a film can
We
take.
spent 2 years writing it as well.
Exactly. 2 years to write, 13 days to shoot, and then another whole year to edit and screen it. That gives everyone a context of how fucking long it takes just to make a film.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the editing process was long, was like 9 months, like a 6 to 8 month turnaround editing. But then when you think about how long it's been now, we're just like, it's been
so cool.
a while.
Yeah, and I haven't had that experience fully. I've been a one-man band for most of my films in the past, but I can't wait to experience that. The hate people are going to have with each other is just going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
dude.
It is. It's stressful. Like it.
Yeah, but
on
that's
set,
part
it's
of it.
stressful. It's also a lot of fun. You I guess, kind of form a family over the time that you're on set.
Exactly.
It's really
Definitely.
cool.
Yeah, I've worked on 2 musicals at my school, and throughout rehearsals, production, I worked a lot behind the scenes. It's stressful as hell. Kind of stressful. I feel bad for the actors because they've had to deal with a lot. Most of the girls, the guys are crying because they've just got so much to deal with. You picked up both of those beers at the same time. That's fucking hilarious.
It's also incredibly fulfilling. I think Christian and I would both say that it's kind of like
It's very satisfying.
looking
and-
at it from the end. It's
Yeah, like I remember halfway through this whole musical at school, the people would be crying because the directors and producers are just annoying as hell. They would push them too hard. By the last show, everyone's in tears because they just loved it so much. Kind of thing. And that's the best part about it because you'd be shooting a film, just stressing your heart out. By the end of it, you're just loving it.
Yeah, you do form that bond
And
over
it's like
time as well.
the end of each process in the film, it's like by the writing stage, you're done writing, you want to get to production. And then when you get to production, by the end of production, you're kind of like, oh, yes, all those long shoot days are over.
Yeah.
And you get to editing, like, yes, okay, now we can really shape the film. And then towards the end of the editing process, you're kind of like, oh, I'm done with this one now. Let's get it screened.
Yeah.
And now it's only a year later looking back, you're like, you know what? I actually really missed that. Like, I really enjoyed it. It's just...
I was saying to Chris, I was like, I just want to make something. Let's just do something.
And that it's become like quite a popular saying that we both have. We just want to make something.
Just make something.
And we
Just
always
do
say
something.
it.
Yeah. No, it's just exciting. It's exciting times, and especially in WA Perth. There's nothing here except Whopper, of course, but it's just great to think about. No, yeah. And how do you come up with this idea? Like, where did this start?
Christian?
Yeah, so I wrote, I guess, I had this idea floating around for like probably a year prior of like this idea of a
Yeah,
a
that's how
prison
most
camp.
ideas start, kind of thing.
Like a prison camp and people escaping from a prison camp. And I had the idea of like a brother and a sister trying to survive in this world that was like very unknown to the audience, and it's like very mysterious. It's kind of like you kind of learn as you go.
Yeah, it's good because you can break rules.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And like you don't know what's happened. And by the end of the film, there's like still a lot that's left unanswered in regards to what happened. And like we kind of left it open for interpretation. But like I had this idea of creating this very small scene, and I had a small script that I sent to Jack. I'm like, Jack needs to see this.
Yeah.
We had worked on one film prior to this, and I thought, yeah, if anyone, Jack's gonna just to see how the script looked and what he thought of it. And then I gave it to Jack, and Jack's like, we need to make something out of this. And
Yeah.
from there, it was
I
like
think
2
it
years
was-
later, we're like, hey, that was pretty cool.
I think it was year 11. I was year 11. You would have been year 10. At
Yeah.
the end of year 11, we were in this building together. They had like a transportable media lab because wherever we were was getting renovated.
Yeah.
And we were both in this like after school media club working on our own projects. And that's when I first met Christian. And then he's like, oh, there's this role, there's this like idea that I have. I'm like, yeah, cool. Like,
Whatever.
the summer holidays, like we go through the summer holidays, like time goes by. I get into year 12. He's in year 11 at this point, and he's like, oh, I got this idea that you might be interested in doing. I can't remember if it was acting or making it. And then you sent me the like half, or if not the entire full scene, and I read it, and the dialogue that you had, I was like, yo, we have to make this. And then we spent that next...
Just polish it up a bit kind of thing.
We started with that scene. And then as we went through the whole year, we kept separate when we wrote it. We just sent drafts back and forth.
Because you were going through year 12 as well as a writing. I remember we were like talking on Messenger up, like it was like 3 o'clock at night, and we'd be like, if you went through our Messenger feed, it would go forever because we had like many
hours just talking to each other.
To put it in context, if you got Facebook when it was first released and you had Messenger and you had your best friend, and you look at your conversation from when it was first released to now, I can guarantee we've tripled that.
Yeah, probably.
I can guarantee we've tripled that.
That's just fascinating to just hear, like just same school as well. You said, so you guys grew up went to the same school, met each other through just film shit.
Yeah, and then, we were a year apart as well, so like we're not even in the same class.
That's what I found fascinating. It's not like you were in the same class or anything.
Yeah.
It's just, wow, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like I did media in year 11 and 12. I did media 9, 10, 11, 12 when I first got down to Perth from Karratha, and I just fell in love with film. But no one else really appreciated film to the extent that I did.
Yeah.
My parents sat me down at the end of year 10 just going, what do you want to do? Like, just think of something you want to do and do it. And I was like, oh, I like filmmaking, I guess. And then thank God I stuck to it because now I'm here. But they, like, by them sitting me down and doing that just forced me to get into it. And doing that, I watched a lot of Film Right. I watched heaps of Nerd Right. I watched lessons from the screenplay. I just YouTube my way through year 11 and 12, learning about films. I learned so much that I'm like I got to do something with this. I made my films. I made short films. I did all I can. But no one else in the class could really, how do I say this? Like no one appreciated film as much as me, kind of thing. They were just doing media because it was either easy, quote unquote, wasn't really that easy, or fun because you can make a film. And I'm like, but there's more to it, kind of. There's more than just fun. You can even make it hobby, fun, or just not even a job, just a life. An experience, and that's what I was trying to make it, and I got that out of year 11 and 12. I even got media captain. We had media captain in my school. Don't question it. We had media captain in my school, and I got that role, and just doing that just helped me get through it as well. And now, doing TAFE, Christian and I, you and I do TAFE together, and that's what I also found really great as well. You're doing uni, you're doing TAFE, 2 different pathways. But you can get the most out of it because you met Oscar and I.
Yeah.
You meet people through TAFE, then you meet people through uni.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we can go combine. It's not like you guys followed each other because you wouldn't get that much of a branch. And now you look at this now.
Covering all fields, right?
Also with the year age gap, I'm in a 3-year course and Chris is in a 2-year course.
Yeah.
So by the time I finished my first year of uni, he had graduated. So when he finishes TAFE and I finish uni, it will be at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So we're free from like a tertiary institution at the same
true that.
time.
Yeah, because you do an advanced diploma, you and I. And by the time we finish, you finish the 3rd year.
It's like, if we wanted to go on and do further study and go into the places where you have to apply, we could theoretically apply together, or we can. I guess how we look at it is we're both going to be free, or we're both going to be finishing up at the same time. So we're kind of.
And there's big inspirations for this as well. You got Wes Anderson and Owen Wilson went to the same school together, and they made fucking every film Owen Wilson's in with Wes Anderson. These 2 did school together. Now they're making films together.
Yeah.
And the same goes with the composer for Black Panther and Ryan Coogler. Both knew each other very well. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. The composer of Black Panther and Ryan Coogler both knew each other.
That's insane.
And then when he won his Oscar for the score of Black Panther, he goes, Ryan, you and I were sitting like 16 years old making a film. And I was like, holy shit, these guys have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's possible. It's possible, and it's just fun to think about.
I look at Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah, that was a huge inspiration.
That's another big one as well.
Yeah.
Now look at them. Like, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's just like, wow.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know what else to ask now. Like, I don't want to ask too much because I don't want to spoil the film for myself and the audience.
No, go for it.
We'll
keep spoilers.
intentionally keep them out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it's just like, so how'd you get your cast? Did you sit down and go through 20 different people, or did you go, no, this person's right?
And this is going to sound weird, we kind of did a bit of Facebook stalking, like to put it nicely.
Understandable. Yeah, that's understandable.
We figured out we wanted like what kind of people we wanted, and we just kind of
like
went
an
through
independent woman maybe, or just strong woman.
just people who we knew who we would fit the role.
role.
And we spent a long time trying to find.
Yeah.
I think we knew
Cast is a big part.
we
of
knew
it.
who we wanted for Alice, like pretty much not from the get go, but like we eventually kind of nailed it down. Sydney was harder though, I think.
Yeah. Well, we auditioned in a way where we had like a few people almost like shortlisted for who we wanted to play the role, and because we had to obviously get people who knew us and were comfortable with us, because we're asking a lot as filmmakers to go up for like X amount of days and shoot this film. Like you can't do that with someone you don't know.
Yeah,
especially with what we were doing. Like,
Yeah.
we're not hugely funded. We're independent, so it's
Yeah.
just incredible. So many red flags.
Yeah, it's true.
So we had to find people, or we had to work with people who knew us.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time we shortlisted like who we thought would be really good for the role, who had this sort of experience in a way from high school.
Okay.
And then we met up with like 4 to 5 people per role and discussed it with them and did like a 2-on-1 audition. So like they weren't up against other people, and there wasn't heaps of people in the room. It was just like, all right, we want you to be as comfortable as possible, so you can like, it's not awkward, but like nothing's weird about it. Like you feel comfortable where you are, and that's what the whole thing was about. It was about finding people who were comfortable with the role, but also working with us, because we were obviously, for student filmmakers, trying to do something incredibly ambitious.
Yeah, exactly. And they had to trust you as well.
Of course.
Yeah, that's why you need someone who, like knew, like half knew you guys, who could trust you to make a film that would then also support them.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And we ended up choosing people who we thought fulfilled the role the best that we could.
Yeah, that's like the easiest way to do it, I guess, because like we our directing was, because obviously being behind the camera for me and Jack acting, we needed to know that they would fit that role kind of naturally.
Yeah.
Which is a huge factor for us as well.
No, yeah, it's just incredible to think about. And the other thing I also wanted to ask was location. A lot of it was filmed in this. Where was it?
So we have our producer,
Yeah.
Noah, who is a good friend of ours. Basically, when we were filming our film before Powerless, great guy. When we were filming our film before Powerless, we were talking like we needed a location because we were going to shoot in 2J, which is my farm, but it wasn't big enough. We didn't have enough locations. So Noah said, I've got a property in Chittering, which is how many acres was it?
Oh, it was an enormous.
It's like something
ridiculous.
It's got a lot.
It's like the size of America.
No, it's big though. It was a big place. It was like something hectares.
So throughout the film, you didn't, how do I say it, like shoot one way and then shoot another? You just, everything was different.
Everything was, we did a 2-day location recce. And
Yeah.
we did another couple days location recce.
Yeah,
And then-
the phrase that we had for cheering was like, you have 4 different biomes in one location.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's great.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, just changes maybe not the story up, but keeps the story interesting.
And do you remember where we slept?
Yeah.
There was a giant ass warehouse.
I'll
Really?
put some
camped out
photos
on.
in. I'll put some photos in. Of
Yeah,
where
we'll
we
send you the
slept.
photos of like where we were staying.
Yeah.
But there was this huge like 2-story warehouse.
Yeah.
Which had like it had a kitchen, it had a bathroom. I mean, it had the second story.
We had like
tables, chairs.
charge. Like we had all of our cameras and lights charged on like a massive row. Like
Yeah.
it was just
Wow.
at
Like
night you could just see the
dentist
light.
equipment?
Yeah,
The walk-in freezer for the dead animals.
yeah. It's like a
Jesus.
It was
Slept there. For
it was
like
sketchy,
so
but
many
it
nights.
was it was our home. We like had a TV. We watched when we were on our break.
That's the dream.
Yeah, we had like a TV. We watched a bunch of random films because I think we had to get something back from Perth, so we drove all the way back to get something.
Oh,
And
shit.
The rest of the crew were watching. We were watching a movie on the TV while we were waiting for it.
Yeah, one of our key crew members brought up his like computer. But did he bring a TV as well?
He brought a TV. Yeah, it's hilarious.
I remember one night we broke for dinner and they were just watching movies and we're just like, guys,
We're watching
we've gotta-
Team America.
Yeah, we're like, we've got to keep going.
Yeah, we
guys.
gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Making a film.
No, yeah. Did you said you filmed some at like 2 a.m?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
Night
three,
scenes?
3 in the morning. Yeah, There
Jesus
was-
Christ.
So I think around like halfway through, we got into night shoots.
Yeah.
Right. And there was a significant portion of our film which was shot at night.
Yeah.
Which
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 is funny because the film before that, the film we filmed before
Yeah.
Powerless was entirely at night, and we were filming up until 2 in the morning. like,
Right,
pretty much
each
every
one.
night.
You'd think we would have learned.
We actually said we're not going to do any more night shoots.
never again.
And here we are.
Get to this one, we're like, why do we have ridiculous amount of hours?
Yeah. We tried to block all the night shoots in one block, but stuff didn't work out, and so we had to.
Slowly ease into the night
Yeah,
shoots.
we tried to do that. We did a pretty good job, but
Yeah. Sometimes we had to reschedule, but
yeah,
that's just the nature.
Oh,
of
yeah,
it.
we
yeah.
definitely
Compromises.
learned that from a mistake. So like next, when we make,
Exactly.
it's gonna be-
Everything you do, no matter how experienced you are,
Yeah.
you're always learning.
Yeah, and this film in particular was to us it was so huge. Like it's 29 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
Shot all at 4K.
how many pages was the original script?
The script was like I think it's
Because we cut
20,
down
like,
we
2
cut down
pages.
a lot of the actual film in the edit as well. We cut down
the edit?
several
Yeah.
scenes,
Yeah.
several big scenes
We
as well.
learned so much from
Yeah.
like a scheduling point of view. Like the stuff
Oh,
that they
yeah.
teach you about producing is what we found is that because we've been really pushing ourselves to make the best films possible, and to be the best, you have to learn from the best and study the best. That when we got to like uni, we found that a lot of the things that they were teaching us, we had been our natural process, because via trial and error from high school, we learned that, okay, this is the best and most efficient way to make a good film. And so when we got to uni and we got to TAFE, the sort of things that we had implemented into our process were what was expected of us.
Yeah.
So we had kind of via
Self-taught,
trial and
yeah.
error. Like people
Yeah.
are like, oh yeah, we've been self-taught. Like I've like read books and all that. Like
Yeah.
people say that, but we actually took it upon ourselves to go out and make quite a lot of content in high school. That by the time we got to like our next step,
Ahead of the game.
ahead of the game was like the phrase that we had always like coined
Yeah.
when we were making films. But by the time we actually got to being taught everything properly, we didn't want to wait for that. We discovered that we had kind of
Got there
taught
already.
ourselves by our like mistakes that we'd made previously.
Like, all three with me in year 11 and 12, I learned a shit ton from through YouTube.
Yeah.
Just everything YouTube. I think you guys would have been the same.
Yeah.
So I'm going to my teacher like, oh, do you know the whole story, the story clock method, where you got to break up the story of a film into
Yeah.
the clock method
Yeah.
and break it up? And the teacher goes, what the hell? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I know more than the teacher. Like, what the hell?
It's kind of like that through high school, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it was for me anyway.
No, yeah, it's just great. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. There's locations, the casting, the idea of the film was just incredible to think about. I don't know what else to ask. Like, just
But we can talk to you about,
Yeah.
I guess, certain parts of it. I mean, you haven't seen the film.
no, I haven't seen the film, so there's not much I can ask about it without spoiling, of course.
A lot of people haven't seen the film because we haven't.
And yeah, when's the screening?
So December, it'll be
Around
shown
December.
in a really nice theater in December.
Okay.
So you can buy tickets, but they're not available just yet.
No.
But we'll let you know when they're available.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got a bit of time, but
We do. Yeah. There's a couple things I want to fix up. in
Yeah,
the
especially the
actual-
audio used to it, saying
I want
audio.
to redo a bit of Foley and redo a bit of the color grade as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's great though. Any plans for the future though?
Yeah, we do.
ooh,
Anything you can say?
yeah, we can talk a little bit, right?
I mean, as long as we don't give away any ideas or like
Yeah, that's
give any
fair.
key details.
Just a hint, just
A little hint.
little pin.
Hint?
But we've worked on a few ideas.
Yeah, we
and
have.
none of them kind of landed how we wanted them to.
Yeah, especially Jack. Jack's been writing a lot recently. I not so much because of TAFE, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but this man's switched on. He's ready to
ready to go.
DP the
We're
next
always
project.
ready.
yeah.
I think we can talk about the roles we want to undertake for the next
Yeah,
project.
yeah, true.
We had this like DP director actor relationship, but we've kind of for the next few projects or the next project, we want to really hone in on one of those roles each. So it's looking like I'll look at writing and directing the next one, and Christian will purely shoot it because we have that kind of relationship already. But what we're looking at now, and it can all change, is we're looking at a mockumentary, and that's all we can really say is go back to sort of comomedic roots that we did in year 11 and year 12.
something different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We haven't tried any form of like that before, and we've done comedies before, and they've all been pretty good, I'd say. But this one's almost going to take itself so seriously that it'll be funny in a way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're going for. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be really good. And we've definitely got some cool techniques this time with the cameras. Like we're going to shoot on, because like we've always shot on digital cinema cameras, but now we're trying like Super 8 formats and VHS formats and stuff like that, like actual traditional cameras to make it believable and make this film kind of fit in, I guess.
And that's a really good talking point, is because we were always like, we've grown up with these sort of like auteur figures and these massive directors being like, we shoot on film because that's what we had. And we were never really granted the opportunity to shoot with that. So we had to make do with what we had. And that was digital, which was the new thing.
Yeah.
But now, and so we were kind of like, oh, people like, why are these figures that we're looking up to hating on digital when we haven't been granted the opportunity to shoot film? And now that we're getting to a point in our sort of development where we go, you know what, we can actually probably play around with this for like stylistic reasons, not because we want to shoot film because we shot like that, but just like could be something fun to play with. We kind of want to play.
That's
with that
another
idea.
point about Powerless, is that how we shot it, because we shot it in, I guess the best way to describe it is guerrilla filmmaking. We like run and gun the hell out of that.
You can tell most of it was handheld. I think
the good like 95% of the film was handheld. Unlike a zoom lens.
But to clarify, handheld being reinforced by your shoulder, it was.
No.
Shaky, guys.
The camera that we're using is quite heavy as well, so we had that natural. It was an intentional handheld look. It wasn't like, oh, it's like, look at me, I got it.
Stylistic choices.
Exactly.
Increases the intensity.
Yeah. No, exactly. And that was also, a lot of it was for convenience because we just had to get it done. We didn't have a lot of time. But also, I think the look alone looks really good. I'm not sure if I'd do that again. I mean, I'm sure I would if the story fits it. And Palace was the perfect story because it's very quick.
Very quick,
but like for other things, I'm going to go more back to the sticks and tripod. And
exactly. And, maybe some David Fincher styles.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if Christian told you much, but I'm just dying to make a crime film. Like I just had this idea wrapped, like always, this idea going around in your head, and I just craving to make crime drama.
Me too, man.
Yeah, just some sort of crime. And it's my favorite genre when it comes to film. I love, of course, The Dark Knight. You've got Heat. You've got all those types of films, Goodfellas and everything. But I'm just dying to make this crime film, and I've been writing a lot. And it's just, I wanted to play with a crime genre with a David Fincher style, and just like work something with that, just to give even myself as a directing point to establish off kind of thing. See if that's the road I want to take. Even more of an editor, even as well.
Yeah, you also with writing crime, you have a really interesting dynamic where the main character is a bad guy.
Exactly, a bad guy,
but they have to be likable.
Or a good guy and it turns out to be a bad guy, or vice versa, kind of thing.
But they do bad things, or there's like
questionable things.
Exactly.
Kind of thing,
and that's a
challenge the audience, and I'm just been craving to make something like that. When we first met each other, I said I've been trying to write something like that. And I'll show you guys soon my crime high film I made in year 10. The cringeworthy is so funny, but just so bad. Go check out the Cinema1one podcast, our old high school films. Me and my friend Luke, we react to our old high school films, and one of them is Crime High. And I've always, the ending of the film, yes, it's ambitious and ambiguous as well, but like as from a writing perspective, as a director perspective, I go, this could actually be a pretty cool sequel kind of thing. You could create a good sequel out of this. And not right now I'm in the right zone to really make something, but I'm writing down like 5 or 6 ideas where this could go. And I want to make some small crime film in the future, would be nice, and then turn that into Crime High, possibly 2. Or maybe make Crime High 1 again, just change the idea around and then make a sequel because I've just got this big idea.
But you can always take the original and just kind of flesh it out a little bit more.
Yeah, I couldn't show the original now because it's school property and everything, and I can't. There's so many people in there that I can't just show live on YouTube, of course.
Yeah, it's fair.
But I would rather remake number 1, fix it, and then make a number 2, because if number 1 ends the same as the remade one, let's say, number 2 could be very fascinating, I reckon.
Yeah, cool.
This is really cool. Anything else you guys want to say about Powerless or the future?
I mean, we can talk about the funny stories that have happened on that.
Oh yeah, we can talk about some stories.
A lot of stories.
If you're still listening, and want to hear some stories.
Story time, and nothing's better.
Where can we go?
Nothing's better than a good story.
We should
a lot of time.
We should totally start with like, I guess, the writing process, because there's still some funny stories.
Yeah, dude. It's just like as simple as, I remember I was down in Denmark and I was getting drafts from you. And I remember we did this walking path with my mum.
Yeah.
And it was when we came up with this like split the audience narrative. Like we'd just seen Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
And like how they were able to split the audience. They were like, what if you could do that in a short film?
Yeah.
Like we want to try that in a short film. And so I sent Christian the idea. I'm like, what if you split the audience? Like one stands by Alice, the sister, and one stands by this mysterious character because they both have to be justifiable. And then that kind of dictated where the film, how the film ends. And we can't give away too much.
No, I haven't seen it myself.
It
but
does. That's a really good point. I forget that we did that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the many stories. I mean, I'm sure you've got heaps you want to bring up, so I'll let you fire away for a bit.
I guess the whole like staying up till 2 a.m, sending messages of writing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like schoolwork.
Oh, and we went to Rottnest and did a huge planning session there as well, remember?
Yeah, that was earlier on.
There's nothing better than going like a small retreat for a day or two, going somewhere at Rotto, Jurien Bay, 2J, and just sitting down, drinking, writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point we weren't drinking together.
No, yeah.
I was
like now, but
Oh, shit.
16?
yeah, we were not legal, so I mean we weren't drinking
Yeah, of
I
course.
definitely
Who would do
wasn't.
that?
under the age of
Like,
18.
genuinely. But yeah, I guess that process was kind of where I first experienced Jack's, I guess, because we had one early conflict, I guess. Do you want to talk about the, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Where I said, I kind of put my foot down and said, this is my film. And it was a huge mistake. And I was an idiot saying that. But like, I considered this my film at that point. And Jack like took things like, this is our film. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. But it took a while for like, obviously we had like that. You were going through high school. You were super stressed out in year 12. So we didn't message each other for a good couple months. And then it's like, I was like, what happened? It's like, what? We just kept.
Well, I thought it felt like we got over it pretty quickly, but obviously it's just like, that the initial trust gets dissolved.
Yeah.
And it was waiting for that to build back up.
Yeah.
I think it was going in a different direction.
Good that we had that early on though, because then during the actual film, I mean,
we knew when it was too far.
We knew when it was too far, and we trusted. I mean, I trusted you, and you trusted me throughout the whole process, right? It was
That's why I'm so eager to do it again as well. Like take on everything we've learned.
Yeah.
No matter how much of a friend
do it.
you are to another person, there's always a point where there's either too far, you're going to hate each other, or disagree with stuff. And that's real friendship.
The other
I think
interesting.
day one was stressful.
Yeah, totally.
Like day one there's a bit of tension.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But I guess the other interesting thing about Jack and I is that we were, I guess, filmmakers before we were friends. Like we were working on each other's projects as like, hey, I know you, you know me. Let's make films. And then we became really good friends. And you know, Jack's one of my closest friends now.
Definitely, yeah.
So that's
And vice versa.
and vice versa. Yeah. But day one of filming was hell in a nutshell.
What was day one? What did you film first?
So
begin.
Yeah, go for it.
We didn't know what we were in for. Like we were just like,
So-
who's gonna do? Like,
this is
is
right.
one person gonna be in control more? Like what's gonna happen?
true.
Like how's this gonna work? So like we were both kind of keeping to ourselves, and we were with our producer at the time, and then fire away, and then let's put it this way: as soon as the cameras rolled, we were good.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as we went
First take.
scene one, alpha take
You're
one.
talking about day one, right?
Day one,
The one at night, it's like the night shoot, right?
Oh no! Sorry, I'm talking about the next day.
Oh, okay. Look,
Yeah, the rainy day.
The next day.
That's when that started. That was like, it's go time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've got this.
So the first day of filming, we had one night shoot first to start off with. 'Cause
Okay.
We arrived because we shot this on weekends. That's the other thing. We shot it only on the weekends. We didn't do it during weeks because I was in high school at the time.
Yeah,
when
definitely.
making this. That was an interesting factor for me as well because like.
What are you doing on the weekend, Christian? I'm filming.
Yeah, that was it. It was like I missed quite a few family events and stuff to make this, but
It's just commit like filmmaker. You got to lose some stuff.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, day one, we shot a night shoot. It went pretty well. I think Jack and I had a bit of a conflict. Not really.
Oh, I thought that one went really well.
It went well. I think I said to you, don't be too controlling. Or something like that.
yeah. No, he said
there's
said
a lot of
something
that.
to me, and I was like, I respect that.
Yeah.
That was really good. It was something like, let me take the. Yeah, I don't know. It was something like.
It was like I think it was like
just do the camera.
I think that was right. It's like just trust me on this
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah,
Just
and I was
trust me
like-
on the camera. And I was
Like,
like,
Chris,
yeah.
I've got this idea, and Chris goes, no, I've got this.
yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, can you move it out a little bit? And he's like, no, I've
Even
got
though
this.
I haven't directed Christian before, but even as want to be director, I'm like, I will just direct the actors and let Christian do the work because I've known you for a bit now and I trust you.
The
do
thing
what you do.
thing with Jack was that he would look over and he'd be like, okay, I don't like this as much. I was like, cool, we'll fix it. We'll work together.
yeah,
and
that's
we'll
the
make
thing.
a compromise.
That compromise.
Definitely, you don't want to be quiet and be like, don't say you don't like it in the edit. Say you don't like it now.
Yeah, so if you don't like
totally,
this,
Anyway, day one. So the first official day of Palace, we had how many extras?
Oh, like actual day. Yeah. Okay. We had, I think it was 17 people.
Okay.
Not extras though. We had more. We had like 8. No, we had.
No,
like,
it may have been 20 people.
yeah,
Like,
that
we
was a big crew because we had like all the crew and all the extras.
Actually, we
and
can count as 1, 2.
Jack's just counting at the moment.
I reckon we had 13, 14 actors, including like key cast.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And then 7 crew. Like 7, 8 crew.
Yeah.
And all the extras, right, were only coming out for just the day. So just a Saturday.
But before, I know what you're going to say.
Sunday. It's just a Sunday, right?
It was a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
But before this, right? So Noah, our producer, was looking at the weather because it's like it was like the weather was like, okay, so what's the weather going to be like? And we're like, it should be right. And it gets to midday, and we're shooting at 1 o'clock. I think we started.
Yeah. Well, we had to bring the extras had to drive 2 hours up from Perth
To get to
in
Chittering.
2 cars to get to 2J. So we had
Chittering.
one shot at it. Sorry, at Chittering to get this, and yeah.
So
you got this, man.
Noah,
Pissed off over you saying it.
it looks. We look at
Just
the.
gonna move this over.
No worries.
Just watch out for your mics. Just give Jack some more room. There you go.
Thank you.
So we start. It gets to 1 o'clock, and we get up, and it starts raining.
Oh, no.
So bad. And we had set up this set because we had to build a set out and get some basic stuff in the frame, and it poured down. And Jack, Noah, and I were sitting around like, do we can it? Like we just said, yeah. No,
You're forgetting one factor.
Oh yeah.
The wind.
Oh yeah. So it was like a massive storm.
It was a
It was a
cyclone.
storm. It wasn't just rain. It
storm.
was a storm.
I have behind the scenes footage, which I'll put over this right now.
I got up. I was one of the last people up to the top of this hill.
Yeah.
And the wind ripped our Christian's gazebo in half. Like it ripped the top of the top.
Yeah, because we went up. We were going to set up like a protection to stop the rain, and it like blew over, and it was just not fun. And then because we didn't have enough vehicles to get to set, so they walked up because like it was about like a 500 meter walk, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting like with the camera in the rain, and everyone's drenched. I just see all these actors walk up, and they are soaked.
Oh, shit.
It was the worst.
And people were coming out like, you have to can this.
They're
and
like,
we were like, give it 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're like, give it 20
No matter
minutes.
what, give it 20 minutes.
In fact, I was like, we have to can this. There's no way. It's like the camera's
Noah
going to
came up-
die.
I've never seen Noah look like he's going to kill anyone,
Yeah.
but he came up to me. He's staring me right in the eye, and he was like, you have to stop this now.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Shit, he's producer.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not, it's his property, is not looking good.
And there was so many people running, and I was like, Jack's like, just give it 20 minutes. Like, all right, I'll trust you on this one. And it's a good thing he did because it stopped raining, and it didn't stop raining to the point where it was like bad. We still had like rain in and out, but it was enough to film in.
This is 1 in the afternoon, you said?
Yeah, this is the
1
opening
PM.
scene.
Is this the opening scene?
The
Is that
opening
why
scene.
the girl
Where they're all lined up on the ground.
Yeah,
the
so
sister
the-
had wet hair.
The continuity,
Right.
the continuity was not
That's
great.
why,
Well,
because
we did it.
her hair was blown away. I
Yeah.
haven't seen the start.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to her, and she had a bit of wet hair. And I
Yeah.
was like, why is this wet?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It
now.
was. I'm glad
drop
we
a
did
few
it. I mean,
shots.
other than the continuity, we had to like fix it up and stuff, and it's not perfect. But given the circumstances and also the fact that we didn't have time,
Yeah.
we salvaged that, and
Wow.
we did such a good job. Like that was
Wow.
And we're like, and I remember.
all because Jack said 20 minutes.
Well, and then this is coming off the fact that like we were all a bit tense that we didn't know how this was going to work.
Yeah, we
but
had
as soon
no
as
idea.
we ran everyone out, like go. We got that first slate going.
Yeah.
First take was a little bit nervous as they always are.
Yeah.
and then we found it.
We found it, and it was like, yeah, this is good. It was it was a crazy day, and it just how rainy it was as well. It was.
I mean, I guess it kind of worked for.
Yeah, the reason
the film,
the
actually.
reason we shot in winter was throughout the 2 years riding. I was like, this film. I was playing a lot of DayZ.
Yeah.
Daisy
so
at
you
the
get
time.
a lot of inspiration from
A lot of that. I was like, I want this film to be
video game.
green. Like all these post-apocalyptic films are like set in the desert, like Mad Max and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want that gritty look. We want a very vibrant look, like a very bright, vibrant look. And that's what we were going for. So like, let's shoot it in
Overcast
winter.
days kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I guess that rain kind of works.
Green grass in winter, like we
Yeah.
used Star Trek Beyond as one of
Yeah,
our reference
yeah.
images, and Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
and that's where my style was coming from, and so we obviously had to find a balance between that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was going for like very much the Revenant, that kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
these wide shots, which is what I was going for. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
No other stories?
Oh, yeah, we got
no,
plenty.
That's just one.
That's just one of them. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about behind the scenes or like what we were doing before we were shooting? Like, do you remember the day where Sam plays the executioner whose mask is right there?
Yeah.
Shout out to Sam. He's an absolute legend.
Absolute gun.
He brought a little like cooking stove, like a gas
Oh, yeah,
stove,
yeah.
and was whipping up
I think
bacon.
I've heard this. I think you told me this actually.
We were cooking bacon on this, like in like
That's right, yeah,
it was
yeah.
freezing in the morning as well. We were
Yeah.
all huddled by this little gas stove.
Talk about the I got two.
Yeah, go for it.
The sleeping arrangement.
Oh, yeah.
So we managed to fit like 8 people at a time on this second story layer. So like
Okay.
second story, you're like first floor, second floor. Nah, first floor, second floor. Like, it's like a balcony but inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got photos which we can put over.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We'll send them through to you.
Yeah.
But I actually quite enjoyed that. There'd be 8 of us in a line,
Yeah.
lining up on this like corrugated iron roof, like
Yeah.
hearing the wind and the rain, and we just the hand puppets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
We just did some dumb stuff as
Yeah,
well.
but the fact that we managed to get at our age, we got all these people up there,
Yeah.
and we were just
Dude.
proud of it. Like alone, like
Jack did
the point-
Jack and I guess Noah, they did such a good job coordinating.
Oh, thank you.
Because I didn't do much, to be honest. I was just like
rocked up,
technical.
shot the hell out of it, which was great. It looked very nice. But yeah, that sleeping arrangement, I can't really describe to you. It was awesome.
It was really funny as well.
That's funny.
Because like we one night we wrapped at like 2 a.m, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna go do some astrophotography. And if you don't know, it's taking photos of
Yeah.
stars, right? Because it's like perfect night. I'm gonna do it. And I was like, just go to sleep. And I was like, no, I'm doing it. So I think
I do what I want.
Noah did come out with me a couple of times, but I went out and I got these photos. I was like, this is cool. And I was like, oh, it's 4 a.m. Awesome.
Sleep.
We got to shoot tomorrow.
There was one. It was towards the end of filming. We had one scene left to do in the day, and we did a night shoot the night before. And I woke up and I had gastro. Like, I was like,
no.
I woke up early. I was like, oh, I might just go back to bed. I'm like, oh, I don't feel too good. And then it really came on, and I just yacked it. And I was just yakking all day. And we're like 2 hours from Perth.
Yeah.
And I had to
Didn't
driven
someone
up.
have to drive you home?
So I had to get. I ended up being driven home. But I was like, no, we're not gonna do it. So like, I'd yak. I'd have 15 minutes when I felt I had the energy came
Yeah.
back. I'd pack all my stuff up, go back, yak. Then the 15 minutes went to 10 minutes. So I had 10 minutes of energy. So the 10 minutes of energy, I'd load everyone into the car.
If
I'd be
anyone
like,
who's
"Guys,
listening has had gastro before, yeah, like you feel utter shit the moment you yak. You go,
feel
okay,
good.
like you got a bit of energy.
But this
back.
one was weird.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I'd yak and then the energy would just deplete for like 15 to 10 to 5 to none. To the point where
shit.
like I was just sitting, like they were ready for me, like
Yeah.
on set. And I was just like, let me yak, and I'll have some energy and we can do it. But
Jack was
got
an
to-
absolute champion. I was like, Jack, just don't, dude. You've got to take a rest. Your
no,
body's
thanks, man.
clearly telling you gotta stop. Because that was
It was
we
bad,
worked
man.
pretty damn hard to get, especially you that previous night, because we had a campfire scene. It's probably one of the nicest. It was one of my favorite scenes of the film. Really emotional scene. Jack had to like really pull out every bit of acting he could to get that scene, and it was really well done. I had the chills all the way through filming it because like, this is exactly what I envisioned. I was like, this is perfect.
Oh, cute.
No,
Might wait
but
a few tears.
that's like the view and the viewed kind of look at it as well, right?
Yeah, like you see, this is how I want it, and I fucking got it.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally. It's like, yes, we fucking got it. It was great.
It's so good.
And yeah, Jack just kind of fell apart the next day. I was like, just
Yeah, I was just it was
yeah.
weird.
So because of that, we had to make up some extra time.
Yeah,
and we had to
yeah.
Oh, okay,
get
yeah.
a
back
little
on
shot that we couldn't get.
Yeah.
2 shots I think we couldn't get.
which worked out better in the end anyway.
Yeah, we're happy with how that one
Yeah.
turned out. What else was there that happened?
We can
I
talk,
mean, there's-
like the last night of filming the last official night of filming was intense
oh yeah,
because we had
I was
2
freezing.
4-wheel drives.
Okay.
Well, the
Yeah.
first no, we had 1 4-wheel drive, and we couldn't get where we were filming because Chittering's at least Noah's property was pretty rocky.
Oh
Yeah, so was it your dad's car?
yeah, we had my car. We had my brother's car.
Yeah, well, your David's car's red. It's bright red.
That's
It's
like
a
100 years old.
and the Federation, which are the military group in this film, they're white. Their uniforms are white and their vehicles are white. So we needed a white car, and the only car we could get onto set was this red one that David, because the wheels were huge.
Oh,
and
shit.
Noah was like, let's just use the red car. I
And
was
he
like, no, it has
we
to be
can't get
white.
through these
Yeah.
rocks.
And
I was
We
like-
can't get through these rocks. And Dave was like, my brother's like, I got this. Floors the engine, just goes over these rocks. And we're just like, oh.
We actually did it though. We actually got
got
it
it through.
We
I
actually got
can't
it through, and we
believe
could
it.
use the white car. And throughout this entire night, because really stressed about directing this because this was like the moment. This is the film's finale, and it had to be perfect. I just sat,
which I don't know about myself.
I was going through so much stress. I'm sure Jack was as well, and I was just listening to music by myself in the shed. And Jack's like, "Oh, I think you were saying like, oh god."
Did you guys play music throughout the set at all? Or did you didn't do any of that? I know a lot of people do like to play music throughout the set sometimes.
Yeah, I wanted to, but we just it was so dialogue heavy and like the wind and stuff. We kind of just didn't have time.
For outside, especially Powerless, like seeing how you shot all outside, I wouldn't personally do music, like all the time. But yeah, just listen to music.
I mean, we're saying a few One Direction songs, but it's fine.
So
it's always good.
On set on the last day, I had headphones the entire night because that was where the conflict between Jack and I. That was when it kind of snapped. Like we were done.
Yeah,
we actually. I was like, "Hey Jack, can we get everyone?" I think what did I say? And you're just
dude,
like,
it was we had like 7 extras.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
coordinating them coming in one take, right? Lights on, car pulling out, everyone coming out. I'm in the scene.
Yeah,
these 5 people swarming us, 3 actors in one go, and I was like trying to get them all coordinated.
Yeah,
and Christian's like,
"Can we go for a shoot?" Did I say?
You were like, "Can we get them? Can we get them faster?" And I was like, bruh.
Was that a request or was that sarcastic? I was like, that was a request. And you were just like, no. Or something like that. Like, no, we can't. Like, and I was just like, Jack, I went to Noah and I was like, Jack is pissing me off.
Yeah. And I was like, I was loving that last scene. I really liked it.
It was the first like hour and then after that we were good.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like,
there were 2 times when I saw Christian on the shoot and I was like, man is stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One being the last night and then the other one being like the first night when you were trying to shot this on your own.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's keeping away from everyone.
I like that. Like that's the way to do it. Like,
but at least what's good about it now is that you've been through that. So now when you do another one just as big as this or bigger, you both know how each of you work.
And we know exactly what we change. Yeah, like we know how to organize a shoot.
We know how to push your buttons, and of course, how not to push the buttons as well.
Totally. Yeah, it was. That night and the first night, so the first day were intense. And there was also a couple other bits and pieces sprinkled in there. What's the other ones?
Like stories or?
I guess, yeah, just stories and like moments that were like, that stand out.
Well, I remember the running one where you and I were just going for at night. You and I are just going we were just bonding. We were like, let's go. 2 a.m. in the morning, one of the coldest nights of the year.
And like half the crew was genuinely asleep because Jack and I were just kept going. We're like, all right.
I mean, they were working safe hours, guys, but they were like wrapped up in coats asleep. And Christian and I were like, fuck, let's just keep going. Yeah. And then we had Maddie who was playing Alice. She was pretty good. She was great. Really she kept going. And we just went for shot after shot after shot.
Sarah wasn't there that night, was she?
Yeah. She wasn't there.
What did one of the big questions, what I've been asking myself this whole time is that you were year 11 at the time? You were year 12 and you just graduated.
I just graduated, yeah.
Why did you make a film this big during that?
That's a good question.
Great question.
Jack and I had been writing this film for about a year and a half at that point.
Yeah,
almost 2 years.
We wanted to do it earlier, but we were like, we want green. We want color
that's right,
in our environment. So we were like, let's put it off
because by the time we had actually a decent script, it was winter currently, and it's like we can't film now. We don't have the resources.
Yeah, we can't film in summer.
It's like this. So I was like, this time next year we have to film, like no matter what. And Jack was potentially going to go to
Queensland to study. We were unsure about where I was going to be in a year's time.
Yeah, and it was like I was like, no matter what we're taking, no matter what we're filming this time next year.
Yeah, and it was at the point where I was like, you know what, dude, I'll fly back from study for like a week. And we'll just shoot hard.
Yeah,
like if I was going to go over there. Yeah. I didn't. And
still here.
But what we did, we ended up making another short film in the meantime. So during my WACE exams, Powerless was kind of done. Like that was ready to go. We're just waiting for winter.
We had a bit more to go, but we had definitely got a really good story, which we had told to people, and that's like, this is cool. Like,
And we were like, let's test this actor, director, cinematographer relationship. So we did another short film, even longer than Powerless, which we shot over the summer, called Spy, S-P-I, and it's a play off the first short film we ever did.
You can actually see that on YouTube as well, although it's very early works of our directing.
It's very early work.
It was just fun, really.
It was great fun.
I look back at my year 12 film and wow, yes, I hate it. I learned so fucking much from that. So,
And with this film, we ended up creating a short film festival at our high school and got this film to be like the centerpiece of the screening, and all the money we raised from that screening, we were able to put into the Powerless budget and festival budget, and we also screened at the East Fremantle Yacht Club where we shot the film. And that raised even more money, and all the money from the East Fremantle Yacht Club went to the festival budget. But that was like to us at that time. Like, I was 18 at the time. Christian was 17.
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe you turned 18,
No,
but by the
17.
screening.
Yeah, but 18 by the screen, yeah, but I was 17 with the film.
Yeah. And we were just like, we were so proud of what we had done. Like, we couldn't believe that we'd raised almost like $2,000 off a short film we made.
And a huge thanks to everyone who screened it and everyone who was involved.
Everyone who worked on it. That was ridiculous.
It was.
But it prepped us. And by that time, we had done a few other things. We were ready for Powerless. But I guess no one could prepare you for something that big.
Yeah, totally. Because it was like, for me, it felt like this is like something that's so big and like it puts so much work into it. We can't let it fall over. And like the first couple of days, especially how stressful it was, I was really considering like this is not going the way I want it to go. Yeah, and it never does, right?
No, it never
does. But specifically like that one, it just felt like it was like everything. Like in my mind, I was like everything's gonna be fine, and it was almost the opposite. Right?
It was
expect the worst. Kind of.
Totally,
that's what I say to myself as well. I always expect the worst, even like today. Expect the worst to happen.
Yeah.
So when it does happen, you go okay. Like expect this.
And we've learned that as well. Is like have option B, C, D, and so on until because like you got to cover all bases.
Yeah, and
solve problems.
And at this point, we hadn't been taught the things we know now at uni.
Yeah, totally.
TAFE.
Definitely, yeah.
So it's like we did it all like kind of off our own back, and it was challenging. But it's just
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to put it, really. Yeah.
No, yeah. One more thing I want to ask: the logo.
What's
the story about that?
That's an interesting story, actually. So
Christian will probably put the logo up on the screen right now.
We got a logo. My friend and I were in high school. My friend.
Should we give some context about what the logo was meant to be?
Yeah.
Like why we needed it?
Yeah.
So there's a necklace in the film, which becomes quite symbolic towards the end, and we wanted it to be this sort of like O shape, and because we wanted to replace the O in the Powerless title with this symbol, because the symbol is going to become quite symbolic. Obviously, the thematically the film's about family, and so we wanted this like family emblem for one of the characters, and that's where the logo came from. It's a necklace, and at the end of the film, the three of us, Christian, Noah, and I, the producer, all got the necklaces remade. So Christian's got the original, but Noah and I have got new ones of the necklaces, like as a keepsake for us.
Yeah,
but the whole creation of the logo was this man right here.
Yeah, so I mean, it wasn't my logo actually. What it was my friend drew this symbol in the sand, somewhere, and I was like, I will buy the rights to that symbol for $2 if you can give it to me. And he's like, sure. I gave him $2 there. And that symbol, because I needed a symbol. We needed a symbol for Powerless. And I was
just made the symbol in the sand.
Perfect. It was like fate was literally written in the sand. I was like,
story for you.
I was like, wow, this is perfect. Went to Jack. I think I went to you straight away. I was like, this is the symbol. You're like, this is perfect.
I was like, yo, this is
because
mint.
I didn't realize it's half of a peace sign as well.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I didn't even notice that until when we were filming. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of cool.
I got another story for you. Do you remember we had this thing at high school, like after school, not even after school, like Tuesday afternoon sport for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And it was the end of the year, and they offered a thing called river walking, where you go for a walk along the river.
It's a nice, calm, relaxing.
You go to the shop,
seems simple.
a lovely stroll. Christian and I were like, we can use this to our advantage. We both signed up for it, and for like 6 to 8 weeks, for 2.5 hours, we just spoke Powerless.
Yeah,
it was so good.
It was cool because
my friends were going off like, yeah, let's go hang out with like our girlfriend, like not girlfriends, but like friends who were girls. And Chris and I are like just like legs like ahead or behind.
That's the perfect retreat.
Talking about filmmaking.
Yeah, it was.
We're like, we have to do this, we have to do that. That was awesome.
And it's cool because we that was kind of our thing, like because I didn't see you through class, obviously, because we were not in the same year. So I'd come to you after like about a week, and I'd be like, these are the ideas, and you're like, cool, let's implement it, let's do it, as well as the messengers, of course. Yeah.
Wow. That's actually a brilliant. So how did you find it again? You found this walking.
Yeah.
So, that was like, we do sports. Like we were doing like badminton and
right.
Like I can't remember ultimate frisbee and all that. So we did the competitive sports first, and then towards the end we were like, it was term 3, I think. They offered river walking. And my two close friends were doing river walking,
Right.
and they do it all the time. Like they just got to hang out with a group of friends and like go buy like food and get to walk and talk. And
pretty
Christian and
much
I were
just
like,
walk and talk,
yo,
right?
let's just do it and
Yeah.
talk Powerless.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And we did. That was some great times.
That
We were
was,
walking
yeah.
through
Yeah.
the like area, and we were like just talking.
Yeah, and it was like a lot of it
About
was
the
like
film.
camera talk or story or writing.
Talking
or
about the gear and like how we'd
gear.
shoot it. That's the thing, like everything that we look around now at everything we've got set up for this, it came for or after Powerless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just like,
because
it's insane, man.
the camera that I wanted to use, I was very, very specific about what camera I wanted to use. I was going through like, I think that would be at least a year worth of like, all right, Jack, we're going to film on a GH4, which is like an old mirrorless camera. And then which shoots 4K. And I was like, no, we're going to get a GH5 because the GH5 was released. Like, no, we're going to get a red Scarlet.
that was when I was like, all right,
Jack's like,
let's
no.
not cross that down.
And then I was like, we're gonna get
I can remember too far.
I was like, we're gonna get an Ursa Mini 4K. We're gonna get an Ursa Mini 4K. And I was like,
That's possible.
and I was like,
possible.
I was like looking at the budget. I was like, well, I can't afford this. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just literally take out a loan.
Yeah.
Well, I took it out of my bank, and I was like, I'm gonna pay this back after a while. And
mean,
I
the
bought
camera's
a
done
4.6. I
miracles.
bought an Ursa Mini 4.6K, which is like at the time it was a $6,000 camera. It
Yeah.
was like, and with all the gear, it was about $7,000. And then
Incredible. This is the camera we're using
Yeah.
right now to record this. Incredible camera.
yeah, it shoots 4.6K, but we
so
shot it in
good.
4K, Powerless in 4K, and that was possibly the greatest investment of my entire life.
Oh,
so
definitely.
Because like,
Well, like, yes, there's how's I not better cameras, but like more improved cameras from that camera
course,
now.
yeah.
And still, this one is incredible.
yeah, it does hold up. It's a beautiful camera, but like more importantly though, that the camera that we wanted, or the camera that I wanted, was very. I was hung up about the gear, but to the end, it was really about how convenient it was to use and the story as well, and the story that we told from it, because we could have shot on a DSLR like quite easily.
Yeah,
And
but-
there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just that the look that we wanted was very specific, and I wanted to
Yeah.
have full control over everything. So we shot it in
It's
like
also just for future projects as well. Like this,
Yeah.
you're still going to use this camera
Yeah.
for a long time.
yeah, and it's great.
And Christian would know this, like the photo that we printed out for Noah's grandparents.
Yeah.
And that behind the scenes photo against that massive waterfall backdrop
Yeah.
became like the behind the scenes photo of the film.
Yeah.
And Christian would know
Right.
straight away.
Yeah.
We'll send it to you. But like that kind of just sums up everything. It's like Christian with this rig, and it's just like everything he'd built for this moment.
Yeah.
And like we were both in the shot surrounded by like the crew that were supporting us.
Yeah.
It truly sums it out.
I
And we printed it out
I
for
consider the
people.
break between pre-production and actual production was when I got the Ursa Mini in the mail, and I was like, all right, Jack, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
actually make this.
That's so good.
It was crazy.
No, yeah, I think it's pretty good now.
Yeah, I think we're good. I
Yeah.
think that's everything we've had.
Yeah.
I learned so much now. And one more thing before we go. If you guys may look on your IMDb page,
Oh, yeah.
I wrote a little trivia on there.
Wait, actually? Did
Yeah,
you
you-
actually?
Wait, you wrote trivia?
I wrote trivia.
Let's
Hold on,
stop.
hold on.
Only one at the moment, but you guys have told me so much. I'm going to put some more down. Christian, you told me a while ago that you could make an extended cut of this film. You did. And I put down there that Christian Rudd, editor and cinematographer, stated that a extended cut of this film could be possible.
All right, let's just talk about the fact that you probably kept hold of that for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Without telling us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I meant to tell you like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, wait.
You held it? Oh man. I thought you were gonna go.
Christian
yeah.
Rudd, cinematographer and editor, has stated that an extended cut of the film could be possible. Indeed, it could. We cut a lot of do
Why
from
can
the
I-
film.
How do I view my profile?
Not saying it will, I just said it could be possible.
It totally could. Yeah, I think we cut probably. Well, just to put it in, let's get nerdy here for a
Perspective, yeah.
second. In actual spec, we shot, was it 6 or 7 terabytes of footage? I think
Of
it was
4K footage as well,
6 well, because the format we were shooting, we could shoot for 25 minutes per 128 gigs, which is a lot.
Yes.
That's like
It's a fuck ton.
That's 128 gigs. That's most iPhones have got that. That's the entire capacity of an iPhone for 25 minutes of record time, because we wanted this insane amount of detail,
Yeah.
right?
You need to.
So the funnest part of Powerless, and I'm joking, I'm saying fun, like, but was running back and forth from set and base camp, just dumping files, because
Yeah.
it would be like, we got to.
Like 10 takes, dump files. 10 takes, dump
We got
files.
to 25 rolls. No, we got to like 50 rolls of something like that. It was a lot, like 6 terabytes worth.
I've just found, for those of you who can't see, I'm pointing at the screen now, the trivia that Marcus posted.
Go on to IMDb and look up Powerless, 29-minute film, short drama, 2019, and it should have Christian Rudd and Jack Connell as director and writers, as well as starring the film as Jack. If you look down, scroll down, if you click on it, scroll down, you'll say, "Did you know?" It has trivia, and right there, I've added in some trivia
That's brilliant.
What Christian has told me at TAFE, but also I will be adding more from this podcast
man.
now. If you guys,
I love that
if you
so
guys,
much.
Go for it.
It makes it fun for me because I look at this at work and I'm like, I'm friends with these guys. Like, how good is this?
you.
Thanks, man.
We're friends with you, man.
Yeah.
Look at this podcast setup. This is mint.
Yeah.
We're so excited
And
for
waiting
this.
I can't wait to upgrade this set as well and get some editing shit as well.
Yeah. I
So
don't
when
know if we can
when you
talk
guys
about
make a
this.
next film, I'm more than happy to edit.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
More than happy.
Thank you. I'm not sure, but we could talk about this, right? Like, we may be doing a second podcast after this, talking about
Yes. No.
His Majesty.
Not maybe. We will be doing
Okay.
one.
His Majesty Sir Christopher Nolan.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The
coming.
god
I
of
cannot
films.
wait for this.
All right, so we're gonna have a few more drinks though. 'Cause we haven't been having much. I've got some wine here that's
Yeah.
been sitting here for a bit.
You want to taste it now, or should we start it for Nolan? We'll have it now.
Have it now.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Oh, that was terrible.
For Nolan.
Yeah.
we're
Cheers,
gonna have
Chris.
to
For
have a few
Nolan
more
next.
brewskis.
Wait, little spin without spilling anything. It's a Shiraz.
Don't get it on your white shirt.
Oh,
Smells really good, man.
shit, that's nice. I like that one.
Is it? I might have to try some.
Was that Amberley? Amberley, I think it is. Shiraz, 2016.
You have to use this to wash down the Jack and Coke.
Yeah?
Like, so you
Yeah,
have to-
or vice versa. Yeah. No, yeah, but guys, thank you very much for joining the Cinema1one
Thank you for
podcast.
having us.
Yeah, it's all good. We will be back very, very, very soon for Christopher Nolan talk. These 2 podcasts will be separate. We maybe do a third one. I don't know what will happen. But yeah, we'll I have it like weeks apart and everything. And yes, for this one, we will be releasing a video as well with content of
We'll put a
Powerless
link to the trailer in the
in the description below
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Don't
and-
worry, that will be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thank you very much. Guys, check out the trailer for Powerless when it comes out. And yeah, thank you for listening to the Cinema1one podcast. My name is Mark Wooldridge. This has been Chris and Jack. Guys, thank you very much. We will be back soon. Catch ya.
Thank you.